I don't know,
You're being
man.
dramatic.
I have aches and pains everywhere. Just sitting down right now, I have aches and pains.
Exactly.
Right, like
When getting up. even
I'm
though
an
I have to go
athlete,
to
you
the
know.
bathroom.
I'm an athlete. I got aches and pains every day too. I'm growing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have old people pains, but I have.
Bubba, yes, you can.
When I,
You can do it, Bubba.
when I was
Bubba, like I tell Payton, do not bring any of them fouls back to
Seven-
this car.
He
Take every foul you got.
He never does. I have not played pickup with this man where he didn't irritate somebody.
seventh and eighth
I'm
grade.
upset.
So 7th and 8th grade AAU seasons, like I tell you, I got ejected from at least at
100
minimum,
all the games.
at minimum 10 games.
For fouling somebody too hard, or
Wait,
what?
Yeah, what are you getting ejected for? Like
Yeah, what are you
5
getting
fouls or just?
I got it. Talking,
He
Whether
get
it's-
as soon as he get out the car, he got 3 fouls.
whether it's
Automatic.
whether
Because he's too
it's
bigger than the other kids.
whether it's like one time I was at Disney, right?
It's a time show.
Okay, sorry.
No, go ahead. We like stories. Go ahead, tell the
Yeah, we
story.
like
You got no
stories.
time.
One time I was at Disney for a AAU Nationals tournament, and I was playing for Chucky Atkins' father. Chucky Atkins
Shout out to
Sr.
Chucky.
Big Chuck.
Yeah.
Big
Big
Chuck.
I was
Chuck.
playing with Big Chuck, so Big Chuck, he always making fun of me. And, Big Chuck got a loud mouth. I'll tell you that. And, it made us better. We were a real aggressive team. So I get the tip off right, and I go for a rebound the next play, and then I feel this one kid. He directly on top of my neck, like legs right here.
What's going on there?
I got him right here. I look at my coach. I look at Big Chuck. He said, "Just go ahead and do what you got to do." I turned him over and flipped him off me.
No.
And then I got ejected, and then I was like the first play of the game, and then Big Chuck subbed me back in for like 2 plays, and then we almost got ejected.
After you got ejected?
Yeah, we almost
What
got
was
like.
he thinking?
Big Chuck,
we forgot.
don't bring any fouls back to this.
Nobody's gonna notice the big guy we just ejected coming back in.
We forgot.
Forgot.
Because it was so early in the game. And then it got to a certain point where, like, I wasn't trying to foul, but I'd be in somebody's way, and they'll call it a foul.
Right.
I make the slightest bit of contact, and in my opinion, it'd be the slightest bit of contact, but to somebody else, I might have been all over their body, and they did a whole front flip.
Yeah, I call that accidental violence. Like when you're like a big, powerful person, you do something that probably doesn't even move the needle for as far as strength or power, and then it could clobber somebody.
Yeah, my mom, she always says I don't know my own strength. Like,
For sure.
I'll close the door.
Because he
I'll
breaks
close
all my furniture.
I'll close the door as soft as possible, right?
Yeah.
After I get in trouble, I'll close the door as soft as possible, and it'll sound like I slammed it 12 times.
Do you do the normal, don't slam the doors in my house? Do you do that?
Absolutely.
Does it
All
stop
of
him from?
You don't pay no bills. The whole bit. I get
just
the whole
close-
bit.
I don't know. I just close doors, and it sounds loud.
Yeah. He
I have no
can't,
control
at
over
our
it.
complex, he can't play pool because he just rested his arms on the pool stick and they broke.
I had it right here.
Come on now.
Oh, you did the Bo Jackson with a pool cue.
Yeah, I had it right here.
Just pretending. Okay.
I had it like on my shoulder.
Across your shoulder?
I had it across my shoulders, and then next thing I know, I go to pick it up off my shoulders, and I'm holding 2 pieces of a pool stick.
This is a person with no job.
Right.
People who don't have to replace things.
So did you have to refund the community for a pool cue?
Absolutely. I still have to pay for this.
Oh, jeez, that's too funny. Well, one of the things now, like I've coached a lot of basketball, and a lot of times bigger people tend to be a little bit more physically timid. That does not seem to be an issue with you.
Well, I had to grow into it.
I was going to
ready to say,
ask, was that something that you had to come to grips with? And
I'd
talk
say-
a little bit about that.
I'd say Trenchman Academy, training with Aaron Jones probably brought the fire out of me. And that's what made me, like, I don't want to, sound arrogant or anything, but that's what made me a dog.
No,
going
he
out
used
there.
to say, I'll tell you what he used to say. And Coach Big Chuck used to say this, Big Chuck, it drove Big Chuck crazy. He used to think in basketball, everybody deserves a chance. That's what he used to say.
That was Payton's view.
That's what he used to
Okay.
say. He used to say, why didn't you do so-and-so? He said, everybody deserves a chance.
So
and
so
he grew out of that, obviously.
so I developed this killer be killed mentality. You know, I'm out there competing with 4 and 5 stars, and Tyler Davis, who's at Clemson right now, I'm out there competing with them every day. Is fired up. Nick Campbell, shout out to my boy Nick. That's my worst enemy on the field, but
Yeah,
that's my boy off the field. But
that's good.
What about
Like,
Zane?
Zane, that's my boy. Like,
What are some of these positions your name? Do they play on the D line? Like that's
they're
why
all-
you're going against it.
they're all defensive ends.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
I'm out there.
And at Clemson, yeah, that is making you a better player if you're
I'm
going
out
against
there.
a Clemson defensive lineman.
I'm out there in the summer. It's high intensity. We arguing. You know what I'm saying? Bickering. The reps is crazy. Everybody out there getting slammed. We in the dirt with it. You know, it really made me a dog out there, being
Right.
out there and competing. And then, you know, kind of you're forced to step up your game and change your
Exactly.
attitude. So I didn't really take notice of it
Right.
until the season, around week 3 when we played Apopka. And that play that I showed y'all, that's when I really noticed, like, oh,
I'm a little
It's-
different mentally than
this
I was.
is a lot different than freshman year.
Gotcha.
Freshman year, that was my first time playing offensive line, and you know I'm out there basketball shuffling on the field.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of work to do in the off season.
Do you think though that playing basketball for extended period of time helped with your overall agility for a player of your size?
Well, I say that's kind of what sets me apart from other offensive linemen. Well, the first thing I say is my athleticism and then the way I can move my feet, and I'm pretty light on my feet. That's another thing that I get from my mom.
Look how happy mom
that
is
she,
right there.
being that she was a dancer. So
He was.
So
He's
that
smart.
kind of directly correlated for me, being able to move differently than other offensive linemen, be more explosive and bend a lot better than others did.
Right. That's a huge thing with high caliber alignment is the bend you can generate.
Right.
Right. Is that I remember with the are you familiar with Quentin Nelson? I believe he's with the Colts.
Right.
I remember one of the things I read in the pre-draft process was like they raved about how flexible a guy he was at his size.
Yeah.
So is that something you continue to work on with different drills and exercises?
I mean, well, of course, prior to this past 6 or 7 months or last off season, I didn't stretch. I was just naturally a good bender,
Okay.
but I kind of started taking that stretching thing more seriously around the time the season was getting ready to start,
Okay.
because I realized how much it could affect my game and how I play. So I'll probably sit in a deep squat, sumo squat for about 3 minutes before a workout, and then a minute after. As of right now, I started doing that probably during the season.
Okay.
That's when I first started doing it. It's hard to be consistent with, but I try to do it as much as I can.
Mom
What?
seems a little skeptical.
Because my mom doesn't watch me work out. It's on me if I want to work out or not. It's not up to anybody else. There's no need for somebody to tell me to go work out. I'm gonna push myself.
You're gonna put it in the work yourself.
Okay,
I feel like
I will tell people when people ask me questions, I say you do not have to tell a kid that's this caliber. You don't have to tell these kids anything. They tell you. That's the difference. If you egging your kid to do this, he's not that kid.
Right.
He
No, that's
tells me
true.
where he needs to be.
Yeah. No,
you
I
know.
agree with that. I
He-
think that's
yeah,
huge.
you know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of your son. They
Yeah.
tell you what's gonna go on.
Right.
However, I'm thinking, when he's on the TikTok, when he's on his game, he doesn't play games that often because I don't let him play games during the actual season because it desensitized their
It's
actual
not even
movement,
that.
in my opinion.
I started.
But
I
but
stopped
he
playing
could
the
be,
game myself.
but he could be stretching. He could be stretching during that time.
While you're on
He could be-
TikTok, you can
he
do
could-
some
Yeah, he could
yoga.
be sitting. He could be
Sumo
doing
squats.
yoga. He
Sumo
could be
squats,
doing yoga.
yeah.
That's my point.
but another
But
thing
he
is,
doesn't want me telling him that because
another
like,
thing
hey,
is-
Mom, you don't know.
another thing is not to throw you under the bus or anything.
No,
Mom, but
don't get me started.
behind
calling you
closed
names on
doors,
this camera.
behind closed doors, my mom doesn't know
what you do.
what's going on. To be
He
honest,
thinks I don't.
And that might be for the best
don't.
in some
Which
respects.
is fine. Which is fine.
because
But I know how to stretch.
you're not gonna.
I know how to stretch. I'm 100 years old.
You're
I
not
can
gonna-
still do a split.
The older you get, the more you
I can
will need to
still do a
stretch.
split.
You look
Okay, now look.
amazing for 100.
Now look, y'all. Now
Shut
look,
up.
Go ahead.
y'all listen to this.
Brad.
Are you gonna hear a lot of jumping around, banging around, and a lot of rustling like you are working out if you're stretching?
No.
It's very quiet.
Right. If you're
basically.
doing like standstill workouts, right? Push-ups, squats on your own, you know what I'm saying? Single leg squats. Are you going to hear a bunch of
Limited
wrestling
noise.
around? You
What
know
does
what I'm
that have
saying?
to do with stretching?
No, it's not even that. It's just that
Stretching
you
is quiet.
You wouldn't
Yeah, that's what
right.
he's saying.
So you wouldn't know what happens behind
He
closed
could be
doors.
some ninja stretching, and you
Bro,
don't even gotta
listen,
know.
listen.
I could be doing a split.
Excuse me,
by now for all you
cameraman.
know.
Listen, I don't know what's your name, sir? Listen, let me tell you something. Payton only has so much space in his room. It's only so much things that can be happening
Well,
in
look,
there
well,
without
look, well, look.
noise, okay?
Well, look, so
He
here's
only
the
got
thing.
this much space. It's not enough space for a 6'8" person to be
Do a split.
stretching.
Well, it is actually. It is, and you wouldn't know. And look, here's
Come
the
on, he
thing.
was insulting my intelligence.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Insult
Here's the thing.
It's a dramatic
Are you
reaction.
6'8"?
No,
Not
I'm
even
not.
close. Right.
Am I
How
flexible?
would you know?
But am I flexible?
I'm more flexible than you. So how would you know?
I
How would
think-
you know? How would you know how much is enough space for a 6'8" person if you're not 6'8"? And I'm doing it from experience, you know.
I'm only 100 years old.
And
I do know that I have a certain level of intelligence.
And you're only
I
5'8".
I do understand that you have only. I can't. Me at 5'8", I can't even go in your room and stretch. It's not enough space.
It is. You don't try it.
Unless
you don't do it.
unless you like, listen. Only way he's stretching is if he using the wall and going up.
No.
And I
Mom,
know he not doing no splits on the wall, bro. Come on now.
Mom,
You need to be.
Those are called.
I do.
Those are called stripper stretches.
I do what I need to do. Let's just say that.
I agree. You do what you need to do, but I'm his mom.
I do. I do
I'm
above and beyond
always.
what I need to do.
I'm that. My mantra for my whole life is I'm going to be better today than I was yesterday.
And that's the goal every day. You know,
And
that's
so
what
that's me. That's me.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm pushing that on him. That's just me for me personally.
Why don't you challenge him to a sumo squat off?
He won't.
That's
Payton.
easy.
Let me
It's
tell you
easy.
something.
Mom,
If
he's up
Payton
for it.
doesn't play football, he's going to be the president.
Really?
Because he is a politician. This joker will bargain you to the death.
There's no bargain here. You just
Exactly,
So look-
you do a
Brian, but he-
yoga squat off, and
But
and whoever
I'm telling
wins,
you, by the
wins.
time you say, Payton, let's do a yoga squat off, by the time Payton finishes, you're going to be doing something else. You're going to be doing, he is not
He
the
just
kind
has
of
to
person.
outlast you, not
He
me.
is a politician. Payton is a politician.
Okay.
Payton is a
I can't
politician.
even-
You can listen to him.
So look,
you
here's
can
the
listen
thing.
to him and tell.
So here's the thing. Here's how I see it.
Am I right?
That's
Bubble?
the interesting
I
take
hear
to
you.
say the
You
least,
can
Mom.
see it.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the young man side here, man.
I know everybody is.
Mom, that's
I
an
never
interesting
find
take.
a friend.
That's an
never
interesting
find a
take, Mom.
friend.
He
Now
told me
look.
that's an interesting take.
Now look,
Interesting.
here is the thing.
Brian, you're my friend. Be on my
I'm
side.
young.
No matter what he says, Brian, stick with me. Stick with me. We together.
Here's
Go
the
ahead.
Thing.
Let's hear what the president has to say.
Here's the thing. I can't even give my mom a hug without her saying her back or her knees hurt, right?
Oh my
Now what in the world makes you think that she would do a sumo squat off with a
No.
16-year-old?
Wait, hold on. Let me just qualify that. Brian,
Yes.
if this person wants to lay 350 pounds on your
15,
shoulders.
315.
Listen, I don't
All the
care.
weight
It's
on
not
your shoulder.
15 pounds. He want to lay on your shoulder. I said, wait, I can't handle this type of.
She, okay, look.
Anybody.
How your-
That's not
how
a
your-
person that's
how
got
your back hurt?
Who has 300 pounds lean?
How your
Nobody
back
can handle
hurt?
that.
If you're laying down, how does your back hurt?
Well,
when
I
you're
don't want it.
laying
I just don't want it.
That's an interesting question. Care to answer it?
Now look.
No, I just don't. Listen, I don't want 315 pounds leaning on me at any point.
I don't think he
anyway.
puts. I don't think he puts. all
He
his weight
does.
on you.
I
Because
don't.
he's my son.
if I'm
he
standing
still
up-
think he's too.
if
he
he's
still think he's
standing
too
up-
like.
If I'm standing up, then that's not even
Boy.
a quarter of my weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy,
Now
you-
look. Here's the thing.
you're-
a quarter of your weight is too much for
You're
me.
I don't know,
You're being
man.
dramatic.
I have aches and pains everywhere. Just sitting down right now, I have aches
Exactly.
and pains.
Right,
He's-
like-
yeah, he's sweating getting up. Even
I'm
though
an
I have to go
athlete,
to
you
the
know.
bathroom.
I'm an athlete. I got aches and pains every day too. I'm growing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have old people pains, but I have.
I